Hi guys, happy Saturday. Got the day right for a change. I'm posting this because I'm a masochist and I'm just laughing at how gross I look when I'm this tired. I came home at a little after 9. I stayed at work a little later. Um, and now I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm going to take a nap, a long nap, probably like a 5 or 6 hour one to get ready for working tonight. But I washed my face. I put on a black charcoal mask, took it off, sprayed on some Dermatologica toning mist, and then I put on some Lancome Genifique serum and some eye serum, which of course is making my eyes red. And I've got my Kiss Lash Gel adhesive, which is kind of gross to try to get off, but it left my lashes on all day yesterday without budging. And then overnight, and then even when I washed my face, I forgot to take the lashes off, but they stayed on. So again, I'm just shouting out Kiss Gel Liner Lash Adhesive. I just ordered another one from Ulta because whenever I love a product, I try to get two of them. So it's just a hello, a makeup-free hello. Oh, and I also did this Clinique Thermal Blackhead Eraser. It's really cool. It's made of like salicylic acid, which is what aspirin's made out of. And you rub it on your nose or wherever there's blackheads, and that's pretty much the only place I have clogged pores. And then you wet your finger with some hot water, and when you rub it in, it gets really, really warm, and it kind of like melts the gross stuff in your pore. Excuse me. Oh my God. I don't know how to edit, so I'm keeping that in. Let me light a cigarette. Yeah, it keeps the it gets the shit out of your nose basically, and it does look pretty clear. I've got rosacea and some broken capillaries from my years of drinking. So yeah, I've been doing stuff. I got home and I made a little breakfast, took my meds and vitamins, had my fluid cocktail of water with soluble collagen in it with marine peptides, whatever that means, and apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. Drank that down. Took an herbal diuretic, an over-the-counter thing. And so I'm hoping that I peel out when I wake up. And I paid some bills. I looked for my insurance card, which I lost. Made some phone calls and mailed the USB charger cord back to my son-in-law. Changed the cat box. Fed the cats. I have a lot of dishes to do, but I'm not going to do them right now. I'm going to go to bed. I don't know why I felt like telling you guys that, but you know what I'll do as I sit here? Because it's right in front of me. I have a MAC Powder Kiss lipstick in You're So Vain. I'm going to put it on and show you guys what the Powder Kiss is like. It's one of my favorite lipsticks because I love MAC and I love the smell and taste. I love this vibrant corally pink color. And the texture is not matte and it's not glossy. And it's feather light and it really does go on like a powder, but not a dry powder. It's one of the other what's her name? Bailey something or other. There's a beauty influencer I watch, and she described it like putting whipped cream or like Cool Whip on your lips. And it's semi-matte, it's non-drying, and it stays. So I don't know why I would put this on before a nap, but it was right in front of me, and I wanted to give my face a little pop of color. So yeah, I'm pretty much caught up on things, on bills, etc. And yeah, I don't have a lot of hours next week, so that's good. I think I have 16, but I'm working 40 this week, and it's all nights. And I have a couple of fun things planned next week for pre-Labor Day. And it's important to have balance like that. So, yeah, for lunch when I wake up, I'm going to eat my leftovers from the diner. I have some fresh tomatoes that I showed you last night in my car that I'm going to slice up and have with some basil and olive oil and sea salt. And even though I'm fat and I feel bad about it, I know I'm not going to start eating shitty food just because of it. You know, if I'm going to be fat, I'm going to be fat, but I'm going to try to not get fatter, and I'm not going to start abusing my body with crap food because you know, I don't mean to sound judgy, but like I do sometimes watch some of these mukbangers, and I mean, forget about the weight issues or just the weirdness of feederism or eating for money. The sheer volume of food on a daily basis or even every other day when it's junk food just staggers me. Because if I occasionally indulge in a burger or like very occasionally fast food, I feel gross for like a day or two. Like I really do. I actually feel poisoned or toxic, you know, and it makes your skin bad and it makes me sluggish. And I look at these people that eat that way all the time and I'm just like, how do you not feel bad all the time? Like, how do you have any energy? In a certain weird way, I almost have an admiration for people that are just doing them. You know, when people say like, you do you, they're just doing themselves. They're living their lives. Maybe it's not their best lives, but it's their chosen life. And it's so shameless that in a weird way, it's almost admirable because it's kind of like just, fuck it. This is my choice. This is my channel. This is what I want to do. So I say go for it if it makes you happy, but I'm not convinced that mukbanging makes anybody happy, except the feeders. So I'm just saying that to say that even though I'm fat and I know pretty much why I've come to this point, it's never been on garbage food. Like my cardiologist said to me, look, he goes, I'm not going to give you any fancy bells or whistles. I'm going to tell you to pre-plan your meals, write down what you eat so you're aware of the calories, you know, either write it in a notebook or download a tracker or whatever, MyFitnessPal, which I've tried a couple times and I can never seem to get the hang of it. He says, watch your sodium, watch the calories, watch the portion sizes. If you feel like having a sweet, have a handful of grapes or some berries or just, you know, try to not eat processed, try to eat whole foods. I mean, it's like really basic common sense advice. He says, eat 3 small meals a day and don't let yourself get too hungry. Try to keep your blood sugar level. And I'm not just going to lay down and take this. You know what I mean? It might take a long time to lose like 80 pounds, but time's going to pass anyway. And I'm either going to stay the same, get smaller, or get bigger. And I really, really don't want to get bigger than this. When I got on that scale and I saw like 278, and then I reweighed myself when the nurse left the room. I took off all my clothing, and I was more like 274, 275, something like that. But it's still gigantic. It's gigantic. I have this weird game, this mental game I play with myself with the numbers, where I know from pound to pound to pound, like where I stop feeling good or where I start hating my body or just feel like an amorphous blob who doesn't even have a shape anymore. And that's always been at anything over like 240 or 250. So now I'm bumping 280 and I'm just like, that to me is almost the same as being 300, which is inconceivable. Because when I saw myself creeping up just a couple of pounds from that number back in '01, I found out back then that I was insulin resistant and had something called metabolic disorder, and I was very depressed in my marriage too, and bored, so I ate a lot. Back then, what was I eating that was like a binge? I loved pizza, I loved ice cream, I loved donut holes, and I loved double stuffed Oreos. I don't eat any of those things anymore. I just eat snacks at work late at night, and that just messes with your cortisol levels and your sleep patterns, and I don't think the body is meant to eat and then go to sleep. Maybe unless you're like a lion who just ate an antelope. I don't know. My daughter disagrees with me all the time. She thinks it's natural to gorge on a meal and then just spend a day or two working it off. If that's what works for her, that's great. She's like low carb and paleo and OMAD and IF all over the place. And I just try to resist what I can, but cheese and crackers is a favorite snack, but it's not keto if you add the crackers. It's only good if you eat the cheese. Having said that, my doctor said that my lipids are a little high, not to the point where he wants to put me on a statin, but these are all like pre-problems. These are all like red flags, warning things, like, got to do something about it now. I'm not getting any younger, and it kind of scares me. Complacency scares me because I used to be like really on this. Like I'd really be on a quest, I'd decide to do it and I would do it. I did it last year. You guys saw how gung-ho I was about keto, and I lost like 13 pounds or something, and it was noticeable. And I felt really good. I could start seeing like my ribs again, even when I would look at myself in the mirror naked. Now all I see is a gut. Like honestly, all my weight is just this gigantic beach ball gut. And I don't like it. I don't like when a size 3 from Torrid starts getting a little bit snug. Like that is just no bueno. I am not gonna start buying 4s in Torrid. That's the size Amberlynn Reed claims she wears, which I don't believe. But think a good thought, you guys. I don't know. Can we pray to the God of weight loss? No, there's no God of weight loss. There's nothing but self-discipline and willpower. So having said that, blah, 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 it's all bullshit unless I do it, right? But I did just drink a gigantic glass of my sort of tonic water, water as a tonic with the cider vinegar and the lemon, and that's supposed to be good for something or other. I don't know. And when I go shopping on Tuesday, I'm going to get mushrooms and spaghetti squash and ground chicken and ground turkey and stuff to make guacamole with, and healthy fats and nuts for snacks, and go back to my eggs and not have any, toast or cereal. I cheated last week with cereal. I cheat at work with they always keep like little mini candy bars around for the residents as like a treat or like a reward. There's always cookies. There's always things like jalapeno poppers and little like pizza rolls and microwavable hash browns and all this garbage that I never ever buy. But when I'm at work and I'm tired and hungry, so I can't act like I'm surprised about the weight gain. I think it's easy to gain 4 pounds from retaining a lot of sodium, and here I am using the I'm so swollen excuse, but all in all, I didn't feel too alarmed with my doctor yesterday. He didn't seem too alarmed. He just said we're going to do the nuclear stress test and the echo and the Holter just to rule out anything, because I have a family history of heart disease and prediabetes. So I'm checking my blood sugar every morning. It's supposed to be around 95 to 100, and it sometimes goes like 120 to 140, which is not cool. So he said, try to eat a small, low-protein snack at night, 2 tablespoons of almond butter on a rice cake or something like that. So I'm going to buy a food scale from Amazon. I'm going to buy some small, like 4-ounce containers so that I can put things like tuna fish or egg salad or leftover meatloaf or chili, and have a portion instead of like having a bowl full. You're really not supposed to ever feel full after a meal. You're just supposed to feel satiated. These vlogs are like really weird lately. They're very confessional and boring, but this is just a little snapshot of my daily life. Okay, I can feel my eyes actually closing now. When I wake up, I'm going to take this eyeliner off and just wear a little bit of foundation. I'm not going to go back to work with makeup on. I want to let my skin breathe, because lately it's feeling pretty healthy. It's feeling pretty firm, pretty moisturized. I love Paula's Choice products. I've been using those for years, and then I discovered Dermatologica, which is very expensive, so I tend to get like the little sample or the trial sizes. And I like when Lancome sends me samples, and I highly recommend the Mad Hippie stuff. I cleansed my face yesterday with the oil, and then I used the serum and the eye cream. So for what that's worth, guys, okay? Thank you for listening to me ramble. Look at the mess in the background. That's all the crap all over my hutch. And it's raining out, so it's perfect nap weather. And happy Saturday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, warm and dry. Be kind to each other. And peace out. One more drag for the road. Enjoy it while you can, because I wasn't kidding. I'm not going to throw my cigarettes away, even though I should. I'm going to use them up, and I'm not buying any more. I'm really not. Seriously. You might start seeing like a really cranky mood with me when I have nicotine withdrawals, but I've done it before and I can do it again. I'm a strong bitch. I'm a Taurus. So, bye guys. Thanks for listening again. Take care.